Okay, so our lesson for today is about product of two binomials. So we have an example here. So in getting the product of two binomials, we can use different ways. We can use FOIL. So I'll give you an example for this using FOIL. So when we say FOIL, the F means first, O means outer, I means inner, and L means last. So we will start with the first. So meaning to say 7C times 3C. So 7C multiplied with 3C plus outer. So meaning to say we have the outer one, 7C and negative 8D. So 7C multiplied with negative 8D plus inner, meaning to say the two inner, this one and this one. So positive 2D multiplied with positive 3C. And plus L, meaning to say last and last. So we have 2D and negative 8D. 2D multiplied with negative 8D. Okay, next, we're going to multiply or perform the operation. 7 times 3, we have 21. C times C. So if you multiply a variable, you're going to copy the variable and then add the exponent. 1 plus 1, 2. So we have C squared. Next, positive times negative, we have negative. 7 times 8, we have 56. And then C times D, CD. Next, positive times positive is positive. 2 times 3, we have 6. D times C, of course, CD. Okay? Gusto ko lang ipaalala na kung mag-multiply tayo ng variable, we will use the alphabet. I mean, arrangement of the alphabet. So, even it is written here as D and C, we will write the answer as CD. Next, positive times negative is negative. 2 times 8, we have 16. And D times D, we have, remember guys, they are the same. So copy the variable and then add the exponent. Remember, when we multiply, copy the variable and then add the exponent. 1 plus 1, we have 2. So D squared. And if you notice, okay, we have CD and CD. So, since they are the same term, CD and CD, therefore, we can add these two. But if you notice, they have unlike sign, negative and positive. So the rules, if they have unlike sign, you're going to copy the sign of the greater value. So positive and negative, mas mataas ang 56, which is negative. And then, subtract the value. So 56 minus 6, we have 50. And then copy CD. And then next, copy 21 C squared. And then bring down 16 D squared. Bring down or copy. Therefore, the product of 7C plus 2D and 3C minus 8D is equal to 21C squared minus 50CD minus 16D squared. Okay, next, I'm going to give you another example. Okay, this time, so we have here 3 minus 5D multiplied with 6 minus 4b. Okay, so a while ago we used FOIL method. Now we're going to use distributive method. Okay, so just copy the first term in our first product. So 3 multiplied with this one, 6 minus 4b plus, okay, no, negative 5b multiplied with this one, 6 minus 4b. Okay, so we're going to multiply 3 with 6 minus 4b. So distributive property, 3 times 6, we have 18. Next, positive times negative is negative, and then 3 times 4b. So 4 times 3 is 12, and then copy b. Next, negative times positive is negative. 5 times 6 is 30, and then copy d. Next, negative times negative is positive. 5 times 4, we have 20, and then db. So, we have bd. Again, gaya ng sinabi ko kanina, we're going to follow the arrangement of the alphabet. So, b, and this is d, and then bd and 18. So, the final answer is this one. Okay, so it's up to you which is better, using the FOIL or distributive property. So, if you ask me, distributive property is much better kasi mas nafa-follow yung arrangement niya kaysa FOIL. Okay, another example. We have 4x plus 5 and 6x plus 9. Okay, we will use distributive property. So we have 4x multiplied with 6x plus 9, positive 5 multiplied with 6x plus 9. So distributive property, always we will start with the sign. Positive times positive is positive, so no need to write. If walang nakasulat na sign, meaning to say that is positive. So 6 times 4, 24. Then x times x, we have x squared. Just copy the variable and then add the exponent. Next, positive times positive is positive. 9 times 4, 36. And then copy x. Next, positive times positive is positive. 5 times 6 is 30. Then copy x. Next, positive times positive is positive. 5 times 9, we have 45. Combine like terms, we have 36x and 30x. So, copy 24x squared. Since they have like sign, so copy positive. And then, syempre, i-add natin 36 plus 30, we have 66. Then, copy x plus 45. Okay, so the product of 4x plus 5 and 6x plus 9 is equal to 24x squared plus 66x plus 45. So, we use the distributive property. Next, last example for product of two binomials. We have 2a minus 4 multiplied by 5a plus 2. Okay, so again, we will use the distributive property, mas madali siya. So, copy the first term here. 2a, and then i-multiply natin sa lahat ng second term. 5a plus 2. Next, copy. Negative 4 multiplied by this. 5a plus 2. Next, positive times positive is positive. Next is number. 2 times 5, we have 10. Then variable a and a, copy. And then add the exponent. 1 plus 1 is 2. Next, positive times positive is positive. 2 times 2, we have 4. And then copy a. Next, negative times positive is negative. Number, 4 times 5, we have 20. Then copy a. Next, negative times positive is negative. 4 times 2, we have 8. Combine like terms. Positive 4a, negative 20a. They are the same terms because a and a. So, bring down 10a squared. The same term, but they have unlike sign. So, if they have unlike sign, copy the sign of the greater value, which is 20, negative. 20 minus 4, we have 16. Then copy a minus 8.
I got it right.
So, the product of 2a minus 4 and 5a plus 2 is equal to 10a squared minus 16a minus 8. Okay, so madali lang, di ba? So again, the product of two binomials, we can use FOIL or distributive property. Now we will discuss square of the binomial. When you say square of the binomial, we have binomial, you're going to multiply by itself. Example, 4y plus 5. Square of a binomial. When you say square of the binomial, so you're going to have, we have a binomial. Example, we have 4y plus 5. And then you're going to square this. So this one, we can write this way, or we can also write like 4y plus 5. 4y plus 5. So these two are the same. Okay. This means you're going to multiply 4y plus 5 twice or by itself. So if you write it this way, okay, but if in exponential form, this way. Okay, rules in squaring binomial. First, square the first. So you're going to square the first term. 4y squared. Next, plus twice the product of the first term and the second term. So meaning to say twice yung 2, then multiply ang first term, which is 4y, times the second term, which is 5. And the last term is, you're going to square the last term. So 5 squared. So that is the rule for square of the binomial. I will repeat. Square the first term, so 4y squared, plus the middle term, you're going to, okay, so this is the clue. Twice means to say, where do you get the twice? From the exponent. So 2 multiplied the first term, multiplied by the second term. And of course, the last term is square the last. So 5 and then square. Okay, and then perform the operation. 4 squared, we have 16. Y squared is equal to y squared. Next. So positive, lahat positive, positive, positive. So positive. 2 times 4, 8. 8 times 5, 40. And then copy y. Next, positive plus 5 squared is 25. Meaning 5 times 5 is 25. Therefore, the square of 4y plus 5 is equal to 16y squared plus 40y plus 25. Madali lang, di ba? Okay, so easy. Next, I'm going to give you more examples. We have 7x minus 3. Ano bang 7 yan? 7x minus 3 squared. Again, square the first term. We have 7x squared plus twice the product of the first term and the second term plus square the last term, negative 3 squared. Okay, squared 7. 7 squared, we have 49. X squared is x squared. Next, positive times positive, positive. Positive times negative is negative. 7 times 3, we have 21. 21 times 2, we have 42. Okay, correct. 7, 3, 21 to 42, correct. And then copy x, sorry. And then plus negative 3 times negative 3, positive. Positive times positive, we have positive. Okay? 3 times 3, we have 9. Therefore, the square of 7x minus 3 is equal to 49x squared minus 42x plus 9. Okay, so that's the rule of square of a binomial. More examples. X minus 6. This is easy. Squared. Okay, so square the first. Next, plus twice the product of the first term and the second term. Plus, square the last term, negative 6. Always include the sign. So, we have already x squared. Positive times positive, positive. Positive times negative, we have negative. 2 times 6, 12. And then copy x. Then negative 6 times, okay. Negative times negative, we have positive. So, positive times positive, positive. 6 times 6, we have 36. Okay. So, when we are dealing with negative sign of the base and dealing with the exponent, if the base is negative sign and the exponent is even number, then the answer is always positive. But if the base is negative and the exponent is odd numbers, then the answer is always negative. So again, the answer for the square of x minus 6 is x squared minus 12x plus 36. Okay, I'll give you one last example for square of a binomial. We have y plus 10 squared. So y plus 10 squared, you're going to square y. Y squared. Next, twice the product of first term and the second term, which is y and 10, plus square the last term, which is 10 squared. So y squared, y times y is equal to y squared. X positive, 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 so we have positive. 10 times 2, we have 20y. Next, positive. 10 times 10, we have 100. Therefore, the square of y plus 10 is equal to y squared plus 20y plus 100. Okay, That's how we deal with the square of a binomial. I'll repeat. First, square the first term plus twice the product of the first term and the second term. And the last term we have square the last term. So that's the rule of square of a binomial. Next, let's move to square of multinomial or trinomial. Square of a trinomial. Okay, so how to square a trinomial? So I'm going to give you an example first and then explain. So we have 2a minus b plus 2 squared. So how do we deal with this? First, we're going to square all the terms, square, 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 and then multiply the numbers that can be pair. Okay, so we have this one first. So we're going to square this one. 2a squared plus negative b squared plus 2 squared. And then next, we're going to twice the product of the possible combination. So twice. So plus 2 times this one first. 2a times negative b plus twice the product of 2a and 2. And then plus twice the product of this one. So we have already 2a and 2a, 2. So this one. 2 times negative b times 2. That's it. So we have 3 combinations, 2a and negative b, 2a and positive 2, and then negative b and positive 2. Okay, that's it. And then the last step, we're going to add or perform the operation. So 2 times 2, we have 4a squared. Next, negative b squared, we have negative times negative, positive, and then b squared. Again, how do you know that this is positive? If the base is negative and the exponent is even number, then it's always positive. Next, 2 squared, we have 4. Next, positive times positive is positive. Positive times negative is negative. Next, 2 times 2, we have 4. And then a times b, ab. Next, positive, positive, and positive. Therefore, the sign is positive. 2 times 2, 4. 4 times 2, 8. And then copy a. Next, positive times negative is negative. Negative times positive is negative. 2 times 2, 4. And then copy b. And then we can combine terms that are the same. AB, A, and B. So there's no more terms that are the same. So the final answer is the square of 2a minus b plus 2 is equal to 4a squared plus b squared plus 4 minus 4ab plus 8a minus 4b. Again, I'm going to give you one more example for square of a trinomial. So we have 3a
of boys, 2 girls in 2 sections.
minus
What is the ratio of boys to girls in section?
2/3.
4b
Oh, 2/3 here.
2/3.
How come it's 2/3?
plus 1
How come? More than
squared.
there are 16
Okay,
boys
again,
and
first
girls.
rule, we're going to square all the terms. So 3a
We will not solve it.
Solve it and take a while.
Squared.
Tell me what the answer
plus negative 4b
is. No, it's not.
squared plus
It's for you.
1
It's correct for
squared.
me.
That's wrong.
Next,
So,
twice the product of all the pairs that we can make. Plus twice 3a and 4b, 3a and negative 4b. Next, plus twice the product of 3a and 1 plus twice the product of negative 4b plus 1. Okay. Next, perform the operation. 3a squared, we have 3 times 3, 9. A squared. Negative 4 times negative 4, positive 16. B squared, of course. Next, 1 times 1 or 1 squared is equal to 1, positive 1. Next, positive times positive is positive. Positive times negative is negative. 2 times 3, 6. 6 times 4, 24. A times B, AB. Next, positive times positive is positive. Positive times positive is equal to positive. 2 times 3, 6. Times 1, 6. Then copy A. Last, positive times negative is negative. Negative times positive is negative. 2 times 4, 8. 8 times 1 is 8. And then copy B. So, no more terms that are the same. Therefore, the product or the square of 3a minus 4b plus 1 is equal to 9a squared plus 16b squared plus 1 minus 24ab plus 6a minus 8b. So, this is how we get the square of a trinomial. Again, to get the square of a trinomial, first, you're going to square all the terms. Second, you're going to multiply or twice all the pair that you can make. Like for example, 2, first term and second term, 2, first term and the third term, 2, and second term and the last term. Okay, that's how we deal with the square of a binomial, the square of a trinomial, and of course,